So hello, I am Rocky Dennis, and thank you so much for watching this playthrough of the game Stories Untold, which is developed by, I believe the studio is called No Code. This game is a couple of years old, but I think it has been a little bit forgotten, which is weird because this game does a lot of really cool and unique things that I want to share with you. We're going to try to do the whole playthrough today because this game is about 2.5 hours long, and I have played it before, so I think I'll be able to do it in slightly shorter than that. But I'm not gonna spoil anything at all, obviously. But I will say there are a couple of content warnings about this that could potentially be triggering to people. This game has effectively no jump scares. I think there's a couple of moments where it gets where something happens very suddenly, but you're not gonna have anything jumping at your face with a loud noise or anything like that. And it has I don't think it has any blood at all, but there is some allusions to surgery. So if surgery is a particularly big one for you, then you might want to consider that as we're going in. I'll let you know as we're closer into the game. There are also some elements of stalking, alcoholism, and I'm trying to think now. If I think of anything close to the fact, I'll put it in. And if you're watching this on YouTube, there'll be a list, a more comprehensive list, in the description below. So if you want to look at that. Thank you for banning, thank you for banning the spam in the chat. There, very appreciated. Right, so I think we're gonna get cracking. Thank you so much for everyone watching already. I'm gonna switch over to the game, which I think you should be able to see shortly. And then I'm going to ask people to please let me know what the if the sound is okay as well. So I think if you can see the game as well, I've tried to make it so that you've got me in the chat and have this little border as you can see here. But if you do think that if you'd prefer that I full screen the game as well, I quite like this where you can see the full game and the chat doesn't cover any of it. But I'm just kind of testing that out, so let me know what you think about that. But we're going to crack on with this game now. This is Stories Untold. And this, here you go, there's one I missed. Potentially epilepsy warning. There are some moments where there are some rapidly blinking lights. And I don't think that's at the start, I think that comes slightly later in the game. But we have this game consists of 4 episodes that are largely self-contained, but we'll see more of that later on. I'm not going to give anything away. So we're going to start with the first one, which is just called The House Abandoned. So let's crack on with that. Good music in this game as well, I should say. But this is what we're looking at. Apologies for these the Spectrum style noise. It's not particularly pleasant, but it is authentic. So this is the game. This game is actually mainly a text adventure. So we're playing an old school Spectrum type text adventure game in this game. So what it says, you pull up to the driveway of the family holiday home and park the car. It's dark, but sorry. I'm potentially having, I'd mentioned this before we started, but it's pretty likely that I have COVID, as my throat isn't the way it is. So I might struggle a bit with the voice acting. Not that I wasn't struggling before, but well, I'm gonna do my best. It's dark, but it's as idyllic as you remember from all that time ago. You remember being told to look in the glove box before going in. It's good to be back. So, in a typical text adventure game, we're gonna type look in glove box. The glove box is closed, but appears to be unlocked. And then obviously you have to open glove box. Inside is a key and a handwritten note from Dad. You take both. The note is from your dad and reads, "Hi son, hope you enjoy your break. You'll need to fire up the generator around back to get power and lights on. Also, found something in the attic for you. It's in your room. Enjoy." You pull up to the driveway of the family holiday home. Start from the beginning. So let's open car door. You open the car door and step out. The house is grand, sat perfectly amongst the trees. In front of you is the front door, and the yard stretches around the side of the house. Voice acting the chat in text. Right, so let's go to the back. Go to the back of the house. The door appears to be locked. You will need to use a key. Use key on door. Can I just use key? You insert the key and turn. The door lock clicks open. Go to yard. You take a walk round to the yard. The yard has been well maintained. You spent a lot of time here with your family on holiday trips. Good memories. So we're gonna look at the yard. You see a generator on the back wall of the house. Use generator. You switch the generator on and it whirs to life. The house is still dark. So go to door. Oh. You walk back around to the front of the house. One cooler detail is that even though you can hear my typing, the game actually does have a typing sound effect, which I find is an interesting little touch. Open door, so you can hear it there. You step inside the front door. You enter the house to the hallway. It's dark and you can't see anything. You feel a light switch next to the door. Turn on light. You flick the switch and the lights come on. The hallway is now brightly lit. There is access to the kitchen and living room here, as well as a set of stairs going up. Go to kitchen. Oh. You walk into the kitchen. The kitchen is tidy and well kept. There's a door to a utility room, but otherwise it's just a kitchen. Oh, can't look at kitchen. It's very clean and tidy, not been used in a while. Open a door. The utility room door is locked. You have no idea where the key could be. Okay, so let's go to hallway again. Go back to where we started. So I will say this game is a slow burn. So let's go to a living room. You step inside the living room. A spacious and comfortable living room. We spent a lot of good time in here playing board games with the family. Warm and inviting. There's nothing here of interest. Right, so we go back to the hallway. So we go upstairs, I think. Yeah, it's very comforting, and I've got my clicky clacky mechanical keyboard as well, which I do find very satisfying. You walk upstairs to the landing. The stairwell landing. There's a bathroom and 2 bedrooms, yours and your sister's. Pictures adorns the wall, images of happy times. Look at pictures. Family photos and holiday snaps. Our happy family. Go to bathroom. You step inside the bathroom. Yeah, it's a bit of a D&D feel. Because obviously these old text adventure games were largely based on RPGs, so they had the same kind of setups largely. It's not much to it. We can look at bathroom. The bathroom is clean. A large mirror sits across the sink. Look in mirror. It's your reflection. Looking good. Go back. Step back onto the landing. So I think let's go to my room. You walk into your old room. Your old bedroom. So many good memories in here, and it's been preserved so well. On the desk is a gift wrap box. Look at that box. A large gift wrap present. The tag says your name. Open box. You unwrap the gift excitedly. You can't believe it. Dad has found your old computer. A Futuro 128K plus 2. It's been preserved well in the attic and hopefully still works. Right, so let's try the... on your desk is a Futuro 128K plus 2 computer and a copy of The House Abandoned. It's all still to be set up there. Set up computer. You start to plug in the various cables and wires. The computer is all set up and ready to go. There's a game here too. Put in The House Abandoned. Oh, wait, use game. You put the cassette in the computer and press play. Right. That got me. I knew that was going to happen and it still got me. And now it says interactive horror adventure. Didn't say that first time. You pull up to the driveway of the family holiday home and park the car. It's dark, but it's clearly neglected. You remember being told to check the glove box before going in. You can't stand to be near this place. Inside is a key and a handwritten note from Dad. You take both. You don't recognize the handwriting. It says, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out the car, get out the car, get out of the car, get out of the car. You pull up to the driveway of the family holiday home. Right, so we open a door. You force the warped car door open and fall out. The house looks abandoned. There's a yard to the side, wood creaks in the wind, and all happy memories are gone from this place. There is no love here. Hello, Ralph. Fancy seeing you here. The grass is overgrown and weeds crawl up the side of the house. It's not a nice place to be. You clutch the note, needing to look around. The old generator can supply power to the house. Juice generator was what I meant to say. Ooh, there isn't much fuel, but the generator starts up. Go back. The house looks abandoned. I'll tell you this, when I did the first time, this really got me. Use key. You unlock the door. The click of the lock hurts to hear. You reluctantly step inside the front door. Pitch black, but your senses are punished more by the smell, stale air and damp. This could not be less inviting. The note burns in your hands. You feel compelled to read it over and over. It's too dark to read, but it feels weird to the touch. Afraid of what you might see, you flick the light switch. The lights flicker on and off. The walls are falling apart after years of neglect, or worse. There are stains and trails all over the carpet. Upstairs, the sound of an alarm clock blaring. Someone else is in this house. That can't be. Fuck, I've played this game 3 times and this is still getting me. Make it stop, make it stop, make it stop, make it stop, make it stop. Somehow the alarm stops. You can feel the panic set in. You're still in the hallway. The noises stop, but you feel a presence. Someone is in the house. They should not be here. There's a kitchen and a living room adjacent, and stairs leading up. The note feels disgusting in your hand. I can't read the note. It's bleeding. You head up the stairs. They creak. I don't know, can you actually hear the sound effects? Because, oh my god, the sound effects in this game. Behind the door, a phone starts to ring. You don't understand. Neither can he. Ralphie, stop it. I am on edge right now. This isn't the time. Answer phone. Don't know if you can hear that, but he's saying, get out of the house, get out of the house, get out of the house. Yes, do you want to come up? Keep me company. Relief. Come on, baby. Don't go there. So we see what if you look at pictures this time. I think we kind of know what we're going to see. The pictures are of you and your family. The eyes have been scored out on all. Ralph is coming here to rescue us. Thank you, sweetheart. That's very kind of you. So let us. I think we can do this. Hang on. I don't understand. Okay, I could. I think. Oh, I thought that was something we could do. Yeah, take a cat break to breathe a bit. Open your door. The door is bolted shut with a 4-digit combination lock. Look at lock. Oh. Eh. Go to sister's room. Jennifer's room is boarded up. You can't bear this. Go to bathroom. You enter the bathroom. The bathroom feels disgusting. Every surface is covered in a layer of oily grime. The sink is a haven for all kinds of bugs. Look at bugs. Look at bathroom. A broken mirror hangs above the dirty sink. Taps rusted. Look in mirror. You can't bear to look at yourself. Go back. Step back onto the landing. Look at the pictures again. Nah, it's the same. They've all been scored out. Open. I think maybe go downstairs. I think maybe there's something we need to go down and see. You go back downstairs. Yay, bugs. Go to living room. You enter the living room. The living room, although hardly an appropriate term, the furniture is threadbare and worn. The note is fixed in your mind. Dread fills the pit of your stomach. This is not a nice place. Look at note again. The note, always changing, now reads, get through this. I don't care if you want to or not. Reminds me a little bit of Silent Hill 2, that also has a note that changes contents throughout the game. Go to kitchen. Oh, sorry, we gotta go to the hallway first. Because it's a text adventure after all. You return to the hallway. You go into the kitchen. The kitchen stinks and feels completely unfamiliar. The tabletops are rusted metal, and there's a carcass on the table. There's writing on the wall, and the utility room has a red X painted on it. Look at carcass. You look closer but can't tell what it is or what it was. Look at door. There's a red X on the door. You assume it's paint. Yeah, must be paint. It feels like the note. Look at note again, I think. The paper now feels like fabric. It's covered in blood. I can just make out the words. There is nothing for you here. See if we can open door. The door is locked. I can't get in there. Not yet. Can I use key on it this time? The key doesn't fit. It comes as a relief. Dude, leave, yeah. Wish I could. No, it's still the same. Let's go back. Oh, sorry. Go to hallway again. Step back to the hallway. Your shoes are wet. Whew. Yeah, everything has changed. There's a nice little subtle. You can see that the table lamp is grimy and the alarm clock is now showing 99.99 instead. I think we go upstairs again. Okay, so I think. Don't remember this one. Use lock. You grab the lock. The lock is rusted, not used in years. The key in your hand weighs heavy, the note heavier. You grab the lock and can now input the code. I'll try. You need a working for the code. You know it's in this house somewhere. Okay. Ooh. Boarded up, you can't bear this. There is somewhere, but we've been everywhere, I think. But come on, let's go downstairs again. Go to living room. So we missed, I think. Furniture looks disgusting. There is no way you would sit on it. Oh. I'm bringing up a walkthrough in case I actually do get supremely lost. So, go to hallway. Go to kitchen. I'm sure there was something we missed in the kitchen. Look at tabletops. Nope. No, sorry, I meant the kitchen. Look at kitchen. There seems to be writing on the wall. There we go. In what looks like blood. Look at writing. Fuck. In blood, the number 1986 is smeared across the wall. Okay, go to hallway. Go upstairs. Get up the stairs to where the noise came from. We're going back again. And you can see now that the number there has actually appeared on the wall. Right, so let's open the door. The lock clicks open. Same but different. Oh god. Oh my goodness me. You enter your bedroom. The bedroom feels utterly familiar. The walls are damp, but you've been here before. In front of you, a lone person sits in front of a computer screen. The lamp is on. The clock reads 9999. You shouldn't be here. I shouldn't be here. You grip the note tight. I'm sorry, Jennifer. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry, Dad. You haunt every step I take, even in this place. It was out of my hands, but still you punish me. I can be with you now. There is nothing left to do. I'm consumed and confused. This has to end now. You're pathetic. It was all your fault. Say it. Oh, please stop. It was all my fault. Say it. Fuck, the atmosphere on that is so tight. I've played it, this is the third time I'm playing it, and I'm so... Whew. God damn it. If the horrible thing as well is because I'm playing with headphones, you get the... right at the end there, you hear the breathing as if it's happening right behind you. Actually, it just sounds like someone's breathing down your neck. Good lord. Okay, that was the first episode. Let's move on to the second episode, the lab conduct. And on this one, there is a minor there's a minor surgical imagery. It's not particularly graphic, but there is some stuff that could potentially, if that is something that is you're sensitive to, then just be wary. It's not you're not going to see anything overly gross. It's not a lot of blood or anything, but just be aware that it's going to kind of touch on some surgery imagery. So just be prepared for that. And thank you for everyone who's if you've joined in over the course of a stream. We've got a couple of people actually. Thank you very much for spending your Wednesday with me. There isn't. I promise you, there isn't a lot. It's mainly implied stuff. So you're not going to see any actual surgery. So you're not going to see anything like piercing skin or anything like that. I don't think. I'm pretty sure all that's off screen. You'll see what I mean very soon. Second episode of Stories Untold. Here we go. Cover my third eye a little bit. Yeah.
This is subject 12-19-86-23, new session entry. We have myself, Dr. Alexander leading, assisted by Dr. Williams, and in the lab itself, our volunteer, Mr. Asian. We have artifact 23 in the chamber, recovered from crash site B. At the moment it appears inert, showing no signs of activity. Mr. Asian, instructions for each stage will come through to your terminal, and we need you to follow them exactly. Now, some of this may be unfamiliar, so always reference the manual on your terminal for guides on calibration and procedure. Once you've calibrated equipment to match our brief, the green light will flash, allowing you to trigger the experiment.
Yeah, so this one switches it up.
Ensure that any equipment non-essential to the current experiment is switched off. You cannot proceed until your calibration matches ours. When you're ready, let's bring this back.
Yeah, so we very different this time. We're still looking mainly at monitors and stuff, but this time we can actually do some other stuff. We're going to be messing with this machine. So we can look at the manual. Okay, we got help. And then we can look at the actual test chamber. We can't do much with it right now. We can fiddle with some of these, but we don't know what we're doing just yet. So let's go back to the experiment. So we're looking at experiment 1, internal analysis. Subject J, 1986, MEM, is enclosed in solid outer layers. X-ray the artifact to determine its internal structure. So we're going to X-ray, that means we're going to open the manual and look at the X-ray. Required apparatus, it's the camera, the monitor, and the X-ray device. So we'll start with the, have we got the camera? It's right up here. As the camera's on. And then we needed to turn on, what was it, it was the monitor set to X-ray, so we're turning that on. As we can see, we've got some kind of heart by the look of it, and that's the X-ray. Awaiting X-ray data, and then we gotta turn on the CC86 X-ray device, so that is the one over here. So let's flick that one on. I believe that that's gonna be it. I think that's. There we go.
Okay, good work. The X-ray is coming through now. There's no visible damage to the surrounding organic material, and no signs of activity either. All output is flatlined. Okay, let's begin.
Yes, the look of this game I think is absolutely fantastic. I love all of the devices, the way they look, the interfaces and everything, and the lighting is just stellar, because you don't see, this game is very it doesn't do a lot of different things but stuff like what we've seen so far, but it just has this really evocative look to it. So we're done with that experiment, so we can do experiment 2, surface reaction attempt. Demonstrate the effects of laser light on a subject. Try using a low-powered RED laser, or red I suppose, to begin with. So we're going to look at the laser. Required apparatus, the laser 2 light generator, and the monitor set to RGB. So we'll switch the monitor over to, is that going to be RGB I think? And then do we have the turning off the CC? Oh no, that's off. And then it's the laser one, and that needs to be set to the red frequency, so that's 650. The developers of this game, and I do believe I'm right in saying this, before they started their own studio, they were actually the people who worked on the user interface for Alien Isolation. And if you've seen Alien Isolation, you know that the user interface on that is fantastic. Like it looks so cool, and once you know that, you can totally see that aesthetic in this game as well. Like they basically made the whole game out of that look. So I think we're ready there. The green light is blinking, so we'll try the laser.
reaction from first stage. Let's try a high frequency.
Okay, let's do that. Surface reaction attempt O2B. Demonstrate the effects of laser light with a green this time. So the green is 510. That in.
Okay, we have a reaction of some sort here, a weak signal. Let's keep going. Increase again.
Right. We're getting signs of life. So we're doing a blue laser this time. The blue is 455. Oh, and it's beating.
It seems we have a pulse. Rhythm is stable. There's no activity registering in the core. It's possibly damaged. Let's push further.
Yes, let's. What could possibly go wrong? Experiment 3, resonant frequency. Test the acoustic resonant properties of the object. Begin with generating a 250 Hz sine wave with amplifier gain set to 1. Okay, so we're doing a sine wave. So we're doing acoustic resonance. Required apparatus, signal generator, and the amplifier. So we're gonna look at the is that turn? Switch that off. Is that the signal? That's the signal generator. And what was it else? The amplifier. So that's the gain. So is that going to be? Is that the amplifier? And we need to do a sine wave. And what was the 250 Hz sine wave amplifier set to 1? Okay. That is set to 1 and 250 Hz, and that's the sine wave there. And roll is all the way up. There we are, and we're good. Green light.
It's not much of a response. Updating the experiment now.
Right, so let's try again, I guess. Doing a 500 Hz sine wave and the amplifier set to 5. So that's a pretty easy change. So doing that up to 5 and this to 500. Oh, went a bit too far. There we go. Yeah, seems like it's reacting.
Seeing some fluctuations in activity. Should we increase? Is there risk of damage? What about volunteer? Okay, we're going to push further. I'm running out of time. Let's switch around.
Okay, so we're pushed for time. So we're doing a square wave this time, but we have got the same frequency, and so we're gonna move up to the. Oh, and that caused some stuff to happen.
Seeing good activity on this side. Seeing definite spikes in movement. I know this might seem uncomfortable or dangerous, but you need to trust us and keep going.
Oh, I do not trust. Do not trust where this is going. But sure, because the next experiment is called agitation. Maintain the gain and the square wave, but bring it up to 1 kilohertz. So we're doubling the signal output here. Let's go. Oof.
Full activity registering. We did it. Can you hear us?
Was that what we were trying to do?
We've made excellent progress.
Seems safe and smart.
Now we need you to stay calm and try to relax as we go through these next steps. We're going to attempt to alleviate some of this discomfort.
Okay. Connection. The protective casing is off. Proceed to drill the surface. So, like I said, this is about as graphic as it gets, what you're seeing right now. I don't think it gets particularly worse than this. But it's going to drill now. I don't think we're going to see a lot of it. But just be wary. Switch drill on. Ensure all the equipment except the camera and TV are switched off. Ready trigger sync master is normal to begin drill insertion. So we're going to turn off that and that. And so what was it? The switch drill. Oh, we just got to switch it on, don't we? There we go. Oops.
How do you feel? Don't be scared. We have the situation under control. Take a few moments, and when you're ready, we'll continue.
Right, we're gonna crack on. Make contact with the artifact. Open the test chamber. Yeah, not much to do there, but there's definitely something inside, so...
Stay calm. You're doing fine. Don't be afraid.
There's gonna be some flashing lights now, so this is where you tune out if that's worrying for you.
I know how difficult this must be, but you can do this. It's time to remember. Don't try to speak. Stay calm. You're a proxy now. You have a connection to the entity's inner core. It's like a conscious black box. It can show you its memories. Look into it. The visions will translate onto the screen to be something that you can understand, that you can play out.
Yeah, we are now friends with the ball. We're gonna look into the ball. And see what the ball wants us to see. You wake up in a cryopod, struggling against gravity, you force yourself up. Impact into the planet's surface had torn a hole in the ship hull. Poisonous atmosphere spills into your craft. You're in grave danger. You have to get out of here.
Use the computer. Work your way through.
So now we're back. So get out. So let's say open door. The airlock door is clamped shut. It is controlled remotely. No, I can't look. Do we get paid for this? No, we were volunteering. They said that at the beginning. We're a volunteer. We do not get paid for this. No, I can't go outside. No. Can't look. Oh, you know, I couldn't look at a get a letter of recommendation. Don't remember how we do this. Hang on. You force yourself up, impacted the pass or go through hole. Enter hole. Exit hole. The airlock door is clamped shut. It is controlled remotely. Okay. Use remote. Look at remote. And I'll see here as I'm not. Look at. Oh, can't spell today. Use computer. Ah, you tap at the screen and the airlock door sputters to life, slowly opening with a horrendous noise. The ship powers down to silence, and we spent the last of its reserves. Go outside. Okay. Use door.
This organ was taken from what we think was the leader. These memories are different. They're not like the others. There's more detail here. Less.
Hello, Shaggy! We are playing episode 2 of Stories Untold. We're currently making friends with a ball that we're going to look into now. And I said this before as well, if you have problems with flashing lights, there's going to be some of that for the next few seconds. Looking at you so intently. Yeah, it's like it really wants you to see. You squeeze for the damaged airlock and fall to your knees on the ground next to your vehicle. Every breath brings pain to your chest. You look around to see you're surrounded by mangled metal. Bright lights pour through every gap in the surrounding wreckage.
It's describing the moment we found the ship. Mr. Asian, please continue.
Look at lights. The lights are blinding. You can make out silhouettes, but you will need to move some of the surrounding wreckage for a better view. Move a wreckage. With every ounce of your remaining strength, you move away enough of the wreckage for you to carefully crawl through. The lights that surround you now attack your senses. Look at lights. You squint at the light, trying to shield your visor lens at the same time. It is a circle of artificial lights set up around you to illuminate the crash site in the darkness. Behind them, an army of people, all staring. One figure steps out, a silhouette, and walks towards you.
Your heart rate is elevated, but you're doing well. For what it's worth, very few of our test subjects ever make it this far. You should be proud of yourself.
Generally speaking, I understand it's a bad thing to move towards the light. Yeah, we haven't got a lot of choice now. So we're going to look right into that light again. Oof. We awake. The room is silent only for the quiet hum of equipment and occasional machine beep. Your touches and yours. We are all as one. We move together in unison. The screen didn't give anything away. Flashing symbols and what could be numbers in rhythm. We're in a bed in a small artificially lit room with a single door. There's some sort of writing pinned to the wall. Adjacent is a display monitor with wires that drape across the room and into your chest. They have tortured us.
We didn't put this empty in quarantine. It expired at the crash. Whose memories are these? When did this happen?
Open door. We cannot reach the door, effectively tethered to the machine.
a disconnection in quarantine lab 15.
Find out what's going on.
We yank at the wires protruding from our chest. Together, we all scream in pain. This action sets off an alarm, echoing loudly down the adjacent corridor.
Doctor, specimen 20 has left lab 15. It's on the move.
My God. That vision. It's not a memory, it's happening right now. Mr. Asian, I need you to stop what you're doing, please.
I don't think we will somehow. We're gonna look in ball again. Through the door we find ourselves in an empty room with a device on the table. It looks familiar. We don't know how it works, but this host does. The door closes behind us and a lock clamps shut. We're alone, together. It was an access code terminal for a wide connection, allowing commanders to commandeer other hosts. Only you/I/we have access to these codes. It's time to use them.
What is that? We haven't seen that before. What is it doing?
It's using the tool we recovered from the crash site. It's in our systems. It's sending something across the network. It's broadcasting.
Mr. Asian, please. We deeply regret what we have put you through, but please understand it was for the greater good. We had to know more. Rebelling now could be catastrophic. You don't know what this might do to you in the long run.
Oh, you deeply regret it, do you? So I think we're going to match these up, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, sorry, I haven't got a second screen, so I have to wait until it shows up on the stream for whatever just happened. Someone did something. I heard a noise. Shaggy DL is following. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, I really appreciate that. Oh, I had so many followers these past couple of days. That's so nice of you. I really appreciate the people like want to spend their time watching me play stuff, which is great. I really appreciate that. I don't remember off the top of my head how. Oh, it's okay. So it's going to be showing me. That was it. Okay. So the first one is looks kind of like an R, sort of. So it's gonna. Okay, so that one is definitely the 8 looking symbol, and then it's got. Was that it? Yeah, I think so. And then that one. Oh, hello. Ralph's back. There we go. That's no problem. I do that all the time. There's someone I've been following on. I thought I'd follow him for like a year, and I realised I hadn't until last week. They are converging. Ralph, they're converging! Oh, he doesn't like that.
Mr.
Whew. Many ball friends.
One day, Mr. Asian, this will haunt you.
Oh, will it now? Will it haunt me someday? Right, that's episode 2 done. We are now halfway through the game. We have 2 more episodes to go. I think we can make those tonight. So we have explored a creepy house. And we have done weird surgery on a bull that later became our friend, that I think later became us, or something. Time for episode number 3, the station process. This one, I believe, I can't remember any real content warnings for this. This one is this one doesn't really do anything. This one is more tame compared to the other ones. But this might actually be the one that freaks me out the most. But we'll see. See what you think. This one goes for a very different type of horror than the other 2 did. Lots of low balls. Pet all the balls. Oh. I love this little intro music. It's really nice. Oh goodness me! I'm sorry I'm so tired. I've just so much lethargy and brain fog.
Station 3, do you read me? Give me a sign, man. This storm is getting pretty wild.
Hang on, come on. No, don't go down there. Don't go down there.
Come on, 3, log in. Quit fucking around.
All right. This, by the way, I should say, probably is not how you should store your passwords. By literally just writing them on a note next to your computer, but whatever.
There he is.
Finally, what took you?
Is the microphone still broken in station 3? I'll take that as a yes.
Yeah, you can't reply. You should be able to hear you though. Can see activity registering, so your voice is definitely going through.
Oh, okay. We can chat later, 3.
Yeah, this is pretty serious. I've had a distress call from Central. There's a situation and we have to fire up signal monitoring and relay systems right away.
What kind of situation?
I don't know. I'm assuming it's got something to do with this storm. Whatever it is, it's big to want to involve us.
Shit. Okay, what do we do then?
Well, my fucking cabin power isn't holding up in this weather, so I can't process the signals myself. 2, you need to feed the frequency information through to the backup terminal in station 3. And 3, you just need to tune, decode, and process. Just refer to the handbook on the microfilm. It'll walk you through it.
I've never done any of this stuff, so I'm not going to be much help, I'm afraid.
It's simple, honestly. You could do this in your sleep.
Right.
Okay, first one is due to appear in a minute or so. Have a quick read of that microfilm handbook. It should be on your left.
I'm going to get suited up and restart the generator. Don't fuck it up.
So this is the what we're looking at here. We've got a basically at what looks like a polar research station that we're on alone, which is always great. So we're going to be decoding stuff. Okay.
Whatever it is you're supposed to do.
So basically we have to we're going to receive some information and then we're going to do some stuff and then going to send information out. So we have, to help us, we have this this thing right here that we can look at, sort of. It was a microfilm. We at the Central Monitoring Station would like to thank you for agreeing to commit to a year's service at your remote monitoring station. The work you do here is of vital importance to national security and blank, our great nation. While you may never receive the explicit gratitude of our citizens, we will always be indebted to you. Operator role. An operator at one of our remote monitoring stations will be responsible for the following duties. The daily monitoring specified radio frequencies and the input of test data in a timely manner. In the event of a national security emergency, you will be asked to monitor and input live blank without question or hesitation. Carry out any maintenance needed on site to ensure the continual running of the station. Blank, should such a situation arise, all intruders should be blank. Your instruction to meet with supply ships and ration food accordingly to ensure the station is continually well stocked. In case of blank, your 14th and 15 molar teeth. Please note that any instructions carrying the GCS flag must be dealt with as a matter of urgency. So we can move to the next one. We got. Now these ones are, I believe, the information of the different types of signal. Hello, stop going down there. He started going underneath the desk, and he has on occasion managed to knock my Ethernet cable out, so I lose internet for a couple of seconds. So I believe that these ones are just going to be, these ones are all the different information we're going to have to refer to for the course of this episode. So we need to look at here first. So transmission broadcast frequency. So I think if we start with. So to start with, we're gonna check the frequency. Gonna make a note of this because I think this one is a lot of note taking. 13 0 14 14 9 3. 13 0 14 14 9 3. Yes. Code will reference abacus. So we're gonna refer to this, and then we're gonna find abacus, which is number. Is that it? That's number 6. On that list. So was that it? Yes, abacus. So we can zoom in a little bit. So we're now going to enter what this gives us. On receipt of this callback code, conversion operators must input the following command lines into the terminal and execute. So we've got sys.exe -d -e. Okay. So we've got sys.exe -d -e. Allocate : 202 - A. Oh, do we have to actually -D -E? So it was allocate. Was it 202 - A? Wasn't it? Oh, : 202 - A. Ralphie never ever learns. And an output log -false. So we're just gonna. An output log -false and execute. Oh, missed a. There we go. So we transmitted the first code.
Okay, my light here just turned green and the signal stopped. So I think you did it right. Next one coming up in 30 seconds, apparently.
Don't leave them hanging too long. I don't know what they're for, but I know we have to make them top priority or I'll get shit.
Of course, don't worry, we'll keep on top of it. Okay, there it is. Creepy sounding things, aren't they?
And now it's 3500 USB. So we're gonna switch that on USB. 26 14 0 1 2. There we go. Chevron this time. Chevron is towards the end, 20. On receipt of this callback code, conversion operators must input the following command lines into the terminal, substituting any dynamic variables and execute. Okay. So we got ref.init minus w minus z. So let's do that right first. Ref.init minus w minus z. Proc begin. Followed by get.int xyz. And we've got that's the variable we've got to change. The variable replacement is x equals second, y equals fifth, and z equals sixth number from broadcast code. So that's going to be. So what was that? That was the second, 5, and 6. So that's going to be the second was 6, the fifth was 1, and the sixth was 2. So it's 6 1 2. Hey.
Thanks, 3. Just pushing this update to the transmitter now. Getting the hang of it, huh? Next one coming up. 1. What does GCS mean?
That was the one that was urgent.
This next one has come through with an additional note. GCS3 equals E1 V1 M1.
I've not seen it before. Check the microfilm. Might be something in there about it.
Yeah, they said that one is super urgent.
Let me know when you're done with that one. I haven't heard back from the transport team and I'm starting to worry.
Sure thing.
Go back to
here
the
it
start.
is. Whoa. Okay, that's different.
Flashing red screen.
Yeah, quite the warning sign.
Shit. Something's going on. The last two must have just been testing the system. Tune it as normal and I'll see what I can find out once I get these goddamn lights on.
Right, so stuff is clearly happening, but we're gonna keep just inputting codes and pretend like everything is fine. So that's 3 2. There we go. Morse code, so I've got to listen to this now properly. Okay, so that's 4 long. Okay, so I think that is 4 long, 3 long and a short, 2 long, 3 shorts twice in a row, 3 long, 1 short, and 4 long again, I think. But how the hell do I actually... I gotta see if we can... There's gotta be some information on that, I think. Morse code, that's 22, so it's right at the end. Yeah, I believe that is Morse code. We have to know Morse code for this game. But luckily, we do get a guide somewhere here. Here we go. So we can spin that around. And we can zoom in. Zoom in. Okay, so I think if I got this correctly, it was 4 long to start. So that's going to be... none of them. None of them is... Okay, so I must have misheard that then. Was that 4 short then? hang on. Let's go back to it. Yeah, that definitely sounds like 4 long. So I'm... okay. Might be 5 long then. I might be hearing 4. So let's go to 5. So let's say that's 0 to start. And I believe it's 3 long and 1 short. Which I'm also not saying. I see 3 long and 1 too short. So let's go that one. 08. And then 2 long, 3 short. That's 7 at least. I can definitely say that's 7. I think that's twice in a row. And then it's 3 long, 1 short. I think maybe we're just gonna try 087780. So I do think it's the same backwards and forwards. Oh, it's 087780. Nope. Okay. Try it again then. And that's definitely 5 actually. Yeah, yeah, that's 5, okay. It's 5 long. Okay, so hang on. So 5 long, 4 long. Huh. Okay, I think might be yes. I think the 0 is the first and the last number. That's gonna be 0. Then I think the next one is gonna be 9. So I think it's 4 long. So if we try 097790. Boop. Okay, so I think that's... Hang on, so I think that's actually 3, because that's 3 short and 2 long. Followed by... How long is it? Okay, so could it be... Oh... Hang on, so 09... 0977... because I think it's 2 7s. I'm pretty sure. 3 5? Oh, come on. No, I think the last one there is definitely a... No, last one there is definitely going to be a 0 as well, because that's 5 long. There we go, we got it. Kansas, code word reference Kansas. Thank goodness. Oh, Guspin is back again. When I was called into military service, I scored 2 good on some tests and was asked to be part of some special assignment requiring knowledge of Morse code. Wow. That's pretty impressive. I did not have that happen to me. I can tell you that much for free. Kansas. On receipt of this callback code, conversion operators must input the following command lines into the terminal, substituting any dynamic variables and execute. Okay, so let's do that. So we got point.package.ex. Start with that one. 5 minutes into their first Morse lesson, I politely said "screw you" and gave up. Oh my god. Yeah, that can't really blame you. Largest number from original broadcast. So the largest number, that was 9, wasn't it? So we're gonna go with 9. Point is the same, but Y, and then that's the smallest one. So point package .ex, and that was 0. And the third line is SAL minus A minus 4G. So SAL minus A minus 4G. So is that going to be correct? Yes.
Okay, one, we're done. Nothing has happened really, all good. What did you want?
I'm about to head outside to look at this generator. My cabin is completely out. Listen, I just checked the roster.
Scorched Earth, 18 targets.
But I've had nothing. No responses either.
Shit. The storm?
I hope not. 3, can you monitor a range for me? They use an emergency signal somewhere between 8,500 range.
Okay.
See if you can track it down for me.
That's our supplies for the next 6 months. If they turn back, what do we do?
We can reschedule. I'm more worried that they didn't turn back. Otherwise, we'd be having a drink by now. The boat was called 20F.
God, yeah. Okay. 3. 8,500 FM somewhere. See if you can pick up a distress signal or something.
So we're looking for a distress signal, and we just saw something about scorched earth. It doesn't sound great, but okay. So I think we're gonna go down to the 800s. Where were we before? Gonna scan through and see what we get. Was it on the FM actually? I don't recall. Hang on, let me have a look. Yeah, it was FM, wasn't it? Yeah. It's somewhere here because you can hear it changing a bit. Oh, here we go.
20F, do you read me?
Oh my god, that's them.
This is a distress signal from supply vessel 20F. Please respond. Is anyone there? We don't have enough supplies to last whatever this is out. We have some on board, but it's not enough. We try to turn back, but storm, or them, have messed with our GPS and sent us straight into the ice.
What on earth is he talking about?
We're holed up here. We just got word from Central that New York has fallen. Everyone's gone there now. I thought us being so remote would give us time, maybe, but I can see it coming. Be ready. All of you. It's 20F out.
One,
Okay.
are you there? Are you hearing this?
Lock your door too. 3, do the same.
What do you mean? Did you hear the report?
I just got a call from Station B at the coast. Something is happening. I don't know what, but they said we had to lock up and stay in our cabins. Then it went dead.
What are you talking about?
Just do it. They're here.
Ugh! Who are they? Shit, one, there's another GCS signal coming in. Do we process it still?
Yeah. As long as the GCS
Yeah.
number is going up, we're helping a lot of people.
It was 3 last time, it's 6 this time. What does it mean?
That's good. That's good. Just process the signals.
That's it in.
Right, so we've got
Echo. Mike. Zulu. Sierra. Hotel. Bravo.
Okay, so what was the first one? We had Sierra, Zulu Sierra.
Mike. Zulu. Sierra.
We gotta look at the. I don't.
Bravo.
We gotta compare that to the phonetic. Okay, so that's right by the Morse code. So we got phonetic alphabet and we gotta decode it. I used to know most of the phonetic alphabet because I used to live with someone who had to use it because they worked on the phone, but I don't know it by heart anymore. So, so what we saw there, let me zoom in. So it was Mike. It was Mike Zulu Sierra Hotel Bravo Echo. So Mike. Oh, so we're just I thought it was going to correspond to numbers, but it is not. Okay, so let's just Mike Zulu Sierra Hotel Bravo Echo. Ah.
Mike. Zulu. Sierra. Hotel. Bravo. Echo.
Okay, so we're not.
Mike.
Yeah, so we've just got a distress call that basically says that something has happened to most of the world. And we don't really know what, but we've lost contact with most of the outside world. Okay, so hang on. Whoa, roly-poly.
Hotel. Bravo.
Yes, I think we've got a comparative frequency. So the frequency we're on now is 6970. So we've got a table there for 6970. So we've got to compare that. Okay, so that's what we're doing. Right, so we've got Mike first. So Mike on that is 15. We're starting with 15, followed by 2 for Zulu, and then 21 for Sierra, and then Hotel, which is 10, Bravo, which is 4, and Echo, which is 7. Because yeah, so we're comparing the phonetic code, which gives us a letter. Then we compare that letter to this column, which references the frequency. So that should be it now. So that means we should be 15 to 21, 10, 4, and 7. And code word Centaur. So we're going to spin this back. We're going to zoom it out again. And we're going to go back. Oh, we're looking for Centaur now. There we go, Centaur. And then zoom in so we can see. On receipt of this call code, conversion operators must input the following command lines into the terminal, substituting any dynamic variables, blah 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 blah. So that is m.status minus r. Then the next one is command.string minus z. Command.string minus z. I keep going back between z and z, which is and then h.grid.w. Okay. h.grid and execute.
There's something. I don't know what I'm looking at. Cabling? 1, I can see something above 3's cabin. One of the power lines down.
Launched successful.
1, are you there?
Fuck. What the hell is that?
I can't see you from here, 1. What's going on?
It's above me. Shit, it's above me. It's over station 3 too. They're here.
What's here? Jesus, 1, what the fuck is out there?
It's fine. It's fine. You'll be fine.
1 is offline.
Here's another signal.
Yeah.
GCS7 equals E1 V5 M1. What the hell? It's flashing urgent.
Okay, well, don't want to keep on waiting.
1899045.
189045. Sacrifice. That doesn't sound groovy, I have to say. Honestly, it is called code, yeah, it's all the same.
Guys, are any of you walking around in that stall? That's crazy. You'll get yourself killed.
No one is outside. You're seeing things, 4.
Okay. Rot.x. So that is rot.x, and then there was the variable which was x, which is numbers 1, 2, and 3 from the original broadcast represent a longitude. So that would be 189. Actuator.y, and then that's number 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so next one is
3. Number station 3 is station 4. Do not go outside. Don't go out there. Stay inside. Lock up. Do not go out there.
actuate.y, and then that would be 045, and then the final point.1z, and that's the authorization word from appendix 6. Okay, so we're going to look at that first. Hang on. Point.1. Okay.
Guys, I'm shutting down Station 5 and get the fuck out of here. They took 6. Station 6 is fucking gone. Those things just ripped it out of the ground.
Appendix C is this. Okay. Hooky dooky. Right, so we gotta look through this chart. We start up there, signal modulation, and the signal modulation was USB. Broadcast frequency is 8150. Process total of broadcast numbers. That would be. That is either total minus 30, which yes, so Tesla would be the. I believe that's going to be correct. Let's try it anyway. Nope, it's not right. So, hang on. Am I even right on the... Yeah, USB 8150. Process total of... Oh, sorry, no. I didn't see that, so it's going to be Alexander. Okay. There we go. I'll be alright. Free puppies. All launch. Something is launching.
3. James. The last signal hasn't sent. My terminal is going crazy demanding a response. I think the wind has misaligned the transmitter or something. We need to go out to it.
How about no?
Please, James. I'm sorry, but I can't get out. I'm trapped. You'll still be able to hear me, though. Go. Go.
Okay. And this is where the game takes a surprising turn. Because we are now walking around outside. I love how narrow the field of view is as well here. Like it looks so claustrophobic. You know, like everything is just blurry and you can't really. You don't get like a feel for where you are at all. And just like it feels like fucking something could be anywhere. So we're gonna head up here. Just really hope that whatever we were hearing about that is here isn't gonna find us. Oh my goodness. Way to break the tension, Ralph. So I love this game. I think does a lot of phenomenal stuff when it comes to setting up expectations and then subverting them, which I think this does amazingly, because now you're like, oh my god, I'm walking around in first person, and it does like that is enough to unsettle you. And the fact that you haven't controlled the game at all like this before. So we're finding. So this is the number 4 station, I believe. I think we don't need to turn that on. Okay, so I think we have another one we need to turn on first. Okay, so we've got. Let's maybe walk past it. Ah, we did. Conarium. If that's the game, if you're asking if that's the game, then no, we're playing Stories Untold. I actually know what Conarium is, but if it looks like this, then I'm interested. There we go. Set that up again. For all the good it's going to do us. Let's head back.
I can't feel my legs, James. I'm so tired.
Okay.
What are you doing? James, please.
He's coming back.
I've checked that out. That's interesting. I've totally missed that. Oh no. Sorry for freaking your cats out. I think most of us are a little bit freaked out at this point.
James, everyone is waiting on you. You need to wake up. These machines, they are your lifeline. Follow them, please.
James, go to them. Tell them what happened.
Mr. Asian, can you hear me?
Let's go back in. Let's go back in. Oh.
Welcome back.
Whoa, indeed. Right. That's the 3rd out of 4 episodes done. It is time to finish this now. But yes, up until now, there has been some little suggestions that these are going to be connected, but they have still felt relatively self-contained. But we're now going to finish them all off. I'm going to give everyone a little bit of time to adjust, because I think some people wanted to do a bio break. Conarium, I hope Conarium is from the studio that made The Darkness Within. I'm totally not familiar with either of those. I've got to check those out afterwards. But thank you for the tips. That is sounds interesting. But yes, I believe it's time for us to go to the 4th session. If everyone is ready, I think now this one. I'm just checking the chat here so you can see it. Yes. So in I don't believe that there are a lot of potential triggers for this last one. There is some discussions of mental health, and I believe there's going to be some mentions of being in a mental health institution and some alcoholism. So that's if those are things that you are worried about being exposed to, then please be wary of that. Right, so I think we're ready to start episode 4 of Stories Untold, the last session. Here we go. This one will also contain some flashing lights as well, so take note of that.
I think that's enough of that for now.
Aha.
You're quite fond of this show, aren't you? Okay, come on. Let's get you down to the observation room.
You see on the table there, you've got a magazine about Greenland. You had a magazine of number puzzles.
This place must be starting to feel like home to you.
I'm not controlling this now. We're being wheeled around.
I'll get you out of here eventually. Just in here.
I'm having trouble seeing my chat. I hope you can see the stream better than I can, because I can't right now.
Just relax and we'll get started in a moment.
Right, so we're now on our own in this observation room. Got a bright light shining on us.
Right, Mr. Asian, now are you ready? Just hit record on the tape deck in front of you when you're ready.
Okay.
This is subject 12-19-86-23, new session entry. We have myself, Dr. Alexander leading, and in a room we have our patient, Mr. James Asian. As we know, James has recently recovered from a 2-week coma following his accident. In our last 3 sessions, James's attempts to recollect events of the accident seen him merging his memory with his imagination. These episodes have always ended in panic, and we've had to terminate the session abruptly. Let's try and do this one better, James. So when you're ready, let's bring this back. I know how difficult this must be, but you can do this. James, it's time to remember. Your mind. It's like a conscious black box. It can show you your memories. Look into it.
Right, so if you notice there, the what he says is almost word for word what we were told in the second episode. And Borley is back, so let's look into Borley again.
In your most recent episode, you recalled a false memory of a remote weather station. You were isolated from the rest of the world, locked inside your coma. We interacted with you daily, encouraging you to wake. Your family would do number puzzles with you. Anything, really, to bring you back. People needed answers, James. Do you remember?
I have another signal here for you, James. It's at 5610 FM. You can't miss it.
Right, so we're doing this again. We're back here. We're 5, 6, 10.
This is 20F 12 19 86 23 04. Type in the numbers, James. This is 20F 12 19 86 23.
Code word reference report. Let's take a look at report. Now we're looking, instead of a manual, it's the Wolson Police Department road traffic accident report file. So let's zoom in on this and see if we can gleam. 20F is a fatal accident. 2 vehicles. Took place in 1986. James Asian injured, not deceased. Charles Hennings, deceased. Station wagon and Sudan. So isn't that interesting, eh? Arrived on scene to discover 2 cars that had been involved in a near head-on collision. Hang on, let me just so we can see the whole thing. Mr. Asian found lying down outside his vehicle with head injuries. An ambulance was immediately called. His passenger was trapped in the vehicle in critical condition from wounds sustained in the collision. The driver of the blue Sudan, Mr. Hennings, was found dead on arrival. It was noticed that there was a strong smell of whiskey from the driver and an empty whiskey bottle on the passenger seat. Mr. Asian was questioned on scene. He described an oncoming blue Sudan being clearly out of control, which he swerved to avoid. Mr. Asian's passenger was his sister. The driver of the blue Sudan is an ex-police officer of 20 years. Right. So, isn't that interesting? So I don't know, what is it that we are adding into this? So the lines. So we've got to find what the lines that we're entering are gonna be, which I'm not sure. I think we're just entering the... I think we're just going to enter what is actually literally on each line. So it's one... So it's going to be 20F fatal accident. And then the next one is just my name, isn't it? So it's James Asian. And finally it's going to be the driver's, I think the driver's street address, let's go with that. So it's, what was that, 1 Wayview Drive, Pewter Bridge. Wayview Drive, Pewter Bridge. Oh, Because we're right on that one, wrong on that one. Did I enter the name wrong? Oh, the circled ones, thank you. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm being a complete idiot. Empty whiskey and out of control, thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, there we go. That's gotta be it. Yes, thank you. Whew.
Find the signal, James. Listen to the voices. You have to face it, James. Finally.
And then it's on 700 FM or 7,000 FM.
It's not like it. At all. I've worked with Officer Hennings for 6 years and not once have we even talked about alcohol. Drunk driving. He was a father, a husband. He was fine. No way he caused this. It's him. This Haitian guy. He's got something to hide.
Oh, and we are somewhere. This doesn't make sense to you. So we're in the hospital that we were in before. I love the filter they add on this, where you have like the shallow depth of field and the little grain and everything, little film grain. So here we can see what we were seeing on the desk before. So we have stories untold, we have number puzzles, we have the house abandoned for Futura user, so that was obviously the game we were playing, and we got Greenland. So implying that this is sort of, we've sort of Kaiser Sosa'd our way into these different scenarios. The only video they have in this mental institution is horror horror show. You only caught a glimpse of the room. You guess that this is why there's no detail here. So we're walking through our memories now. So if we go in here, haha. Grab the keys from the table. They weigh heavy in your hand. So again, we're seeing a lot of repeating lines. Stuff that we were seeing earlier in the game is coming back to us now. The waiting area is dark, but you feel a presence right behind you. I hate this. Hate this so much. Someone breathes on your neck, standing over you. You feel dread in the pit of your stomach.
Okay, we have a 22-year-old male just brought in from a vehicle collision. He was awake and mobile at the scene, but collapsed on arrival to the emergency ward. The other passengers died in the accident. I'm getting no pulse. Prepare for defib.
So again, if surgery is an issue, then potentially look away now. There's not going to be too much graphic stuff, but just in case.
Come on, 100 joules. Charging up full to 10.
We've got to mess with this now. I missed what he was saying.
Can we get this on the screen, please? Charge
100
amp
joules.
full to 10.
Okay, so that was it. So I missed that the first time because I was dilly-dallying about over shit. 100 joules. One more joule. Change the amplitude to 10.
Come on, 100 joules. Charging up full to 10. No reaction from.
Thank you. Sorry, I've sort of.
100 joules.
My brain fog is horrible. Horrible right now. So I'm like, I hear stuff and they don't register with me, and then I don't even think to look.
Keep the charge at 10. Let's go.
Thank you for having my back.
Clear. Okay, we have a reaction of some sort here, a weak signal. Let's keep going. Increase again. 360, charge full.
360.
Come on, 360, hurry. Clear. Well, would you look at that? It seems we have a pulse. Rhythm is stable. We need to run an X-ray right away.
Gonna do an X-ray.
Where are we with that X-ray? Let's get it going now, please.
And then it's, which one was the X-ray one? Was that it? This one? Yes.
It looks like an intracerebral hemorrhage. We need to drain this now to relieve pressure. Prepare for trepanation. Switch on a drill, please.
Yeah, so again, this is not graphic, but it's also not pleasant.
Please.
I have switched on the drill. What do you want from me?
The drill, please.
But I have. What am I missing? What am I missing? Yeah, it's not drilling. Hang on, I'm gonna check the. I'm gonna check what I'm missing. So, hang on.
Can we get this on the screen, please?
Oh, there we go. Not sure what did that, but there you go.
You've made excellent progress. You're doing great. We need you to stay calm and try to relax while we go through these next.
Maybe I should be like.
We're going to attempt to alleviate some of this discomfort.
Maybe I should not be awake for this. This really means you're pregnant with a moomin. Oh, I wish. That'd be great. And we're back here. Back where we started. Not only is tonight New Year's Eve, but tomorrow you leave on a 6-month trip abroad with friends. Mom, Dad and your sister Jennifer have decided for a party to celebrate it all. The house is full. You're in the living room and as usual you don't recognize a soul. The room is full of chatty strangers, mostly friends of Mom and Dad. There's a door to the hall. You push through the crowd into the hallway. The hallway is as welcoming as ever, only this time the folks have put a great big banner up across the main hall. Half-finished drinks are abandoned on almost every horizontal surface. Stairs lead up, although the party is firmly downstairs. Let's go upstairs. Yeah, this is basically a non-copyright infringing spectrum. It's what we're dealing with here. As much as you'd love to, you'd promise you'd stay downstairs with the party. Alright, so let's look at hall. Same as ever, stairs, door to the living room, and door to the kitchen. Let's go to the kitchen. They say all the best parties are in the kitchen. The kitchen is full of people and loud. There are drinks and food on the table, and the party is in full swing. Dad has cooked a hog roast, which sits proudly on the table, although no one is eating it. It looks great. There is a utility room and writing on the wall. Also, Jen is here signaling you. So again, we're doing a lot of callbacks to earlier. Look at wall. Look at writing on the wall. Why can't I type? Okay, well, look at Jennifer. Your sister is calling you over to talk. She's too far away and the room is too loud. Go to Jennifer. You push through, apologizing over and over to get to Jennifer. You hug. You're going to miss each other. You thank her for the party. She asks if you were enjoying the party. You tell her it's great, even though you don't really know anyone. She tells you to enjoy it anyway and to loosen up. She asks you to get her a drink. You pour Jen a drink and one for yourself too. There's never an awkward silence with Jennifer. She always has a question. She asks if you have everything sorted for the big trip. You tell her yes, that you've packed everything with plenty of room to spare. Another hug. Your family have really gone out of their way to make this trip happen for you. It might be what you need to get some perspective and maybe not fuck up so much. She's going to miss you. You're going to miss her. She walks away. Genesis appeared into the crowd. You're left standing, nodding and smiling at the approving faces. There's so much to do for this move. Can't mess it up. But first, a drink. You pour and down another drink. Anything to move the night along. Look at utility room. The utility room door is unlocked. That is odd. You open the door and peer in. You're never allowed in here normally. This is where Dad keeps his fine wines and whiskies, ceiling to floor racks. A collector, although he does actually drink them too. There is a bottle with a ribbon around it and a card. It's a gift from Dad, I think. There's a card next to it. You pick up the whiskey and the card. It's your dad's handwriting. Son, we're so proud of you and everything you've achieved. You've earned this. It's a bottle of 25-year-old double malt. You shouldn't really, but you have to try it. With your whiskey in hand, you take in the room around about you. You take in the room around about you. There must be hundreds, no thousands of pounds worth of drink in here. You really must thank your dad for this whiskey. You head back into the kitchen, clutching your new best friend. Yeah, maybe you can see where this is going. You stumble out of the utility room and back into the kitchen. That is one strong whiskey. You take another swig and give the thumbs up to your dad across the room. He nods and winks. Okay, go to Dad. Talk to Dad. He tells you he's proud of you and to go easy tonight. Early flight tomorrow. Go to hallway. You go back out to the hallway. A few bumps and laughs on the way through and you make it to the hall. You stop dead in your tracks. It's Jen, covered in blood. She's staring straight at you. No one else notices. Blood is dripping down her face. It's mixing with tears. I'm sorry, I don't understand. I'm sorry, I don't understand. I'm sorry, I don't understand.
sorry, I don't understand.
We tried our best, Mrs. Asian, but her injuries were too severe.
No, I don't understand. I was just talking to her.
I'm afraid Jennifer passed away before we could get to her in surgery. We did the best we could. I am so sorry.
Where is she? Let me see her.
Please, Mrs. Asian, take a seat.
I don't want to take a seat. Let me talk to her. Now.
I'll arrange for you to see her. In the meantime, James is in recovery. He's stable for now.
I don't want to see him.
You're standing in the hallway. Something has stopped you in your tracks. While searching your mind, your sister interrupts. She waves her hand in front of you and asks if you can drive her home. You still feel out of sorts. Those words echo. Yeah, we can talk in the car. Go get your keys. You're sure your keys are in the living room. The living room has a much more relaxed atmosphere compared to the kitchen. Various guests are sat on chairs having civilized conversations. There's a coffee table in the middle of the room. Your mom is pouring a drink at the drinks cabinet. She's totally in her element here. She always loved being the host. Tears immediately start to appear in her eyes. My son, off to America. She gives you a hug. Okay, can't hug mom. Look at living room. A coffee table, a drinks cabinet. One of the chairs is overflowing with jackets and coats. Look at coffee table. Drinks and coasters like proper civilized people. You can't see your keys. Look at chair. Friends in conversation, jackets and coats everywhere. Is it in a jacket pocket maybe? You search for all the jackets and coats until you find yours. Aha! Car keys in a pocket. You grab both. Go to hallway. Keys in hand, you head back into the hall. Jen thanks you for helping her out. She has work in the morning and no one else is in any fit state to drive. You can handle it though. You know the road like the back of your hand, don't you? No. I'm sorry, I don't understand. Right. Open door. Okay. Go outside. You open the front door and walk out into the freezing night. The cold air hits you. You're glad to have your jacket with you. There's a dusting of snow around you as you step down from the porch. The yard extends around the back to the house and the car sits at the front of the house. Open car. You fumble with the car handle, confused, until Jen tells you to maybe use the key in your hand. She should really, I think, I feel like she should probably kind of think like, maybe if he doesn't know how to use a key right now, he's probably not right to take me, but sure. The car is freezing. As you fumble around with your seatbelt, your sister opens up the car glove box and hands you a note and a key that was inside. She tells you that it's for when you return. Look at note. The note is from your dad and reads, Hi son, hope you enjoy your break. You'll need to fire up the generator around back to get power and lights on. Also, found something in the attic for you. It's in your room. Enjoy. Ooh, maybe this bastard is drunk. Look at key. I just want to check. 2 keys, one for the car and one for the front door. Handy for later, maybe. Turn on car. You try to turn the ignition with sheer willpower despite holding keys in your hand. Use key. It takes a number of attempts, but you eventually slot the key into the ignition. Turn on car. You turn the key in the ignition and the car roars to life. The car squeals but stays stationary. Jen suggests releasing the brake, giving you a wide-eyed stare. This is definitely where Jen should bail, I think. Like, get a taxi. Oh my god. Release the brake. You very hesitantly release the handbrake. Drive. You put the car in gear and pull out of the driveway like a first-time driver. You really shouldn't be driving. I am driving, very drunk, on a road towards the town where your sister stays. Jen started dozing off as soon as the journey got going. This shouldn't take long. You come to a junction. Is it left or right? You can't remember. You don't want to, but you better have ask Jen for instruction. She grunts and throws her arm to the left. It's left. Of course it's left. You turn the car left at the junction and accelerate off. Confident that you're on the right road now, you loosen up and put your foot down on the accelerator. You feel powerful as the engine roars at your command. Jen sits up in her chair and clutches your arm. She asks you to slow down. That's not what really happened though, is it?
James, pull over.
Jen is hitting your arm and yelling at you. Crazy sister. Strange, there's a set of headlights coming directly at you, but really slow, like slow motion. You try to react, but your body isn't responding. There's nothing you can do to stop this. There's no way to control it. The lights merge with your car. The outside joins the inside. The whole world around you begins to scream.
It was at this very moment, wasn't it, James? The moment you lost it all. Your sister, your parents, yourself. And then you made it worse. Go on. Show us what you did.
So I mentioned before that I do have a fan theory for this, and I will lay that out in the meantime. But I have a take on this game, which will be interesting to see if you agree with. You wake up in the car, your world is upside down. Your seatbelt struggles against gravity, trying to hold you in your seat. An impact into another car has torn a hole into the chassis. Poisonous fumes spill into your car from the engines. You're in grave danger. You have to get out of here. You release yourself from the seat. Gravity takes over as you slump into the roof of the car. You squeeze through the wreckage and fall to your knees on the ground next to your vehicle. Every breath brings pain to your chest. Your head is throbbing. A blue car is smashed into the passenger side of your car. Your life cannot be ruined by this. You're standing, holding your whiskey and your dad's note, and flashing lights are approaching at a distance. With the lights approaching closer, you begin to hear the shrill of their sirens. You simply can't go to jail for this. You clean the bottle to remove your connection with the whiskey. You then, very deliberately, spill the remainder of the bottle's contents onto the driver, and you toss the incriminating evidence onto the passenger seat. A circle of flashing lights surround you, illuminating the crash site in the darkness. Behind them, an army of people, all staring. A figure steps out, a silhouette, and walks towards you. You try to talk, but you're not making any sense. As you approach the man, the pulsating lights around you get dimmer and dimmer, while the pain in your head increases. You fall to the ground at his feet.
I know you're tearing yourself apart over it, but no matter what you keep telling yourself, you have to listen to me. That accident, that poor man, me. You have to remember. It was all your fault. I know what you did. How you left me there to protect yourself. Planting evidence on some poor man. You went headfirst into that officer and you wrecked all of our lives. And you couldn't even take responsibility. You did the right thing for you and no one else. Save yourself. Only it was wrong, wasn't it? Look at you now. Utterly consumed by it. Say it, James.
So we're falling. We're going to follow Borley into observation.
Tell them.
All of your episodes were recording on tape. This is the fourth. Sometimes they make you watch your past sessions to see what really happened.
It has to end, James. Well, I think we've made progress today, Mr. Asian. I guess we should tell the police what you've told us. Although I don't suspect they'll take you anywhere. I think you'll be with us for quite some time. Come on, let's get you back to your shows. I'll see you tomorrow.
And that is it. That is the end of Stories Untold by No Code. That was the final of the 4 episodes, and Bawley is our only friend. To the end, Bawley led us down the right path. So, what did you think? Did you enjoy that? It'd be interesting to hear your takes on it. I have my little fan theory on the meaning of this game, and I'm interested to hear yours. So, on the face of it, obviously, the first 3 episodes are to some degree meant to be the sort of scattered memories of basically your jumbled memories and guilt over what happened when you accidentally, while drunk driving, killed your sister and another man in a car crash. However, I have a slight little theory on this. My theory on this is that what actually is happening here is what the way that it's presented to you here is. I don't believe, or actually, I'm not going to say that I don't believe it, but I have a theory that maybe I'm going to switch back to my view so you can see me as I talk about this. I have a theory that maybe James isn't actually guilty, and there's a couple of things that I believe are clues for that conclusion. The main one of that is these therapy sessions are meant to be are presented to us at the end as they are them trying to unlock our memories so that we confess to this crime. However, that doesn't make any sense, because if we were drunk driving, that's not difficult to find out. They test you on that. It's so easy to test whether or not a person is drunk. They wouldn't need a confession. You hear that voice of, hang on, Ralphie. You hear the voice of the other police officer who was the partner of the guy who died. Now, he says that, he can't possibly have been his fault because he never drank. But if that guy wasn't drunk, again, they can test his blood. It's the easiest test to do. You can literally, it's so easy to test whether or not someone was drunk. You wouldn't require a confession. So, Ralph, for fuck's sake. I don't want him to kill the internet. And what I think is interesting, the interesting part about this is because what are you doing in all of these sessions you find out at the end that all of these episodes are your jumbled memory of these sessions. What is James doing in all of these? He's not giving information, he is receiving information. In every single one of them, someone else tells him what to do and he does it. Right? So, specifically in the second and the third one, he is getting specific instructions about stuff that is happening and he just responds to it. That's the exact same thing in the final episode, where you're taken into this room and they tell us what happened, and then you give them and then James gives them a story that they have implanted in you. That's what I think is actually happening. Because and I think that's the point of having the Bawley, the orb that you're looking in, because what is that doing? It is showing you memories that you are then representing back again. So I think, like, and it says like, oh, we've had to interrupt all of these sessions. Ugh. I just had some ink on me. They had to interrupt all these sessions because of panic. But actually, why did you have to interrupt those sessions? If you look at it, because the second episode where you're performing the operation with on the ball, that is interrupted because you start disagreeing with the person who's interviewing you, who you later find out is the doctor who is actually interviewing you in real life. So I think what is happening is that James is being set up because the other guy was actually the culprit, and there are no other witnesses. He's the other one who's survived. But I think why else would you have that voice clip of the guy saying he can't possibly be him? There has to be this other guy. I think it's so sketchy, and that is my theory. I've never seen anyone posit this theory anywhere else. It drives me it drives me up the wall with that this theory isn't more well known, but I so strongly believe it because I think there's so many context clues. I don't know what you think about that, but I think after you've having seen this game, I think that's a more interesting story, quite frankly, because otherwise, I think what Killer Shrew said there, otherwise it kind of just sputters out. Like the story just ends on, oh, he killed someone because he was drunk, and that's it. I don't think that's particularly compelling. I think it's really compelling if you view this as an innocent guy actually being taken advantage of and having basically false memories implanted on him. That is my take on it. That is my fan theory of Stories Untold. And I might actually have to do some of this and have to ask the developers or something if that was ever a consideration. But that is, I feel so strongly about it. But either way, I really like this game. I think it does so many cool things with the mechanics and with the presentation and everything. I'm really glad that you guys liked it. So that is it. That was the whole game. On Sunday, I'm going to start playing Inside, which is another great game that I think does fantastic little things. That's going to probably be a 2-part playthrough. So I think we're going to do the first half on Sunday and then the next half next week. It could be giving the creators too much credit. Could be sloppy details in the writing, possibly. But I think that the clues add up in a way that, like, there are a couple of things in there that I don't see why they would be in the game otherwise. It could just be sloppy. Totally fair. Although I will give them a lot of credit because the same developers did a fantastic game after this that was released last year called Observation, which I might actually play at some point as well. That's a little bit longer. That's about a 10-hour game. But that is also a great sci-fi horror game that I also think people have slept on a little bit. But that's going to be a complete different time. But for now, that's going to be it. I want to thank you all so much for watching. We've had Anliava, Dappling, Killer Shrew, Shaggy, and everyone who's been lurking. I super appreciate it. I'm going to see if we can raid us somewhere. Who is going? Angie's going. Angie, who is friend of PC Gamer. Let's raid her. I'm going to pop that in the chat. Please say hello to Angie from me. And as always, this is going to go up on YouTube tomorrow. So if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you so much. Please subscribe to my Twitch. If you are watching this on Twitch, please subscribe to my YouTube. So let's go say hello to Angie. I'm setting the raid up there. And that's going to be it. Thank you so much for watching. And I will see you on Sunday.